Hi, my name is Vinny Vasquez, and the objective of this video is to persuade you to want to buy Apple products when you're out buying your technology purchases. We all use technology today, from cell phones, tablets, to laptops, computers. I'm going to tell you why you should be using Apple products when you go out and buy your technology. I'm actually I've been using Apple products all through my life ever since the first Apple computer that came out. My parents went out and bought, and I am actually Apple certified to work on Apple products and to sell Apple products. So that is my credibility for this presentation. So let's get started. So some history about Apple. Apple was founded on April Fool's Day in 1976 by three founders: Ronald Wayne, Steve Jobs, and Steve Wozniak. They were actually three former Atari employees. They made and sold 70 million iPhones, 30 million iPads, and 59 million other Apple products in 2011 alone. The company has more money than the US Treasury currently, and Apple has the highest market value at $416.6 billion. So some products that Apple have came out with that we still use today was the iMac, which is Apple's version of the desktop, which came out in 1998. The iPod, which is Apple's music player in 2001. MacBook, which is Apple's laptop in 2006. The iPhone, which is Apple's cell phone in 2007. Apple TV, which is Apple's little digital video streaming service that you can get Netflix, Hulu, and even iTunes movies off of, which came out in 2007. The iPad, which is Apple's tablet, which came out in 2010. And recently in 2014, Apple bought over Beats Audio from rapper Dr. Dre, which is headphones and speakers. And Apple has rumored to come out with other products such as the iWatch and the eyeglass soon. So why choose Apple products? Apple has American roots. Even though Apple is manufactured in other countries, Apple was actually designed in America and was created in America. Apple is very user-friendly. One thing that people love about Apple products is you can basically take iPhone or iPad out of a box and just continue to use it right away. There's no instructions needed, basically. Because it's so user-friendly, people are drawn to it. People love it. That's why people will prefer Apple over other products, because some other products you may need some tutorials or get used to the feeling of it, but with Apple products you can just use it right out of the box, which is why this is so popular. Apple's a very attractive. Everything that Apple does, they design everything in a very attractive way, from iPhones to their iMacs to their iPads. That's one thing that draws people to them as well, is that they take time to put a lot of effort into the designs to make them very sleek, very futuristic, very new, and to draw our attention. Apple is its own brand. If you were to go out and to buy a PC, maybe like a Windows computer, excuse me, you're going to go out and you're going to get a computer that's Windows, but the software is going to be run off another company. You're going to have apps on it that's maybe from other companies, and it's just going to be a bunch of different softwares, a bunch of different companies put together to make this computer. When you go out and you buy an Apple computer, it's Apple hardware, and it's Apple software. It's its own company. Everything that Apple does it all on its own. So Apple just does everything better. There may be things that other technology companies have come out with, and Apple follows up with it later, but when Apple does it a lot better. Apple takes time to make sure they don't release something until they know that it's going to be the next step. It's going to be revolutionary. So Apple products all come together. If you, like myself, own a variety of Apple products, you know that with functions such as iCloud, that all your Apple products can come together. Everything you do on your iPhone, you can see on your iPad, which you can see on your Mac computer. And just the brand. People buy Apple products because it's just, in today's society, it's just the it factor. People love Apple products. If you have an iPhone, if you have an iPad, if you have any Apple product, that's basically society's way of saying, oh, you're cool, you're a cool kid because you have an iPhone. That's just the way it is in today's society. So the brand itself, not even including all the other all the other things about the brand, not including the attractiveness, the user friendliness, Not even including that, it's just the brand itself, just the logo and just the name that makes it so popular. So the argument. Some people argue that the price is too high in Apple products. But what people don't understand is when you're buying an iPhone, you're buying more than just the iPhone. You're buying the technology, you're buying the design, you're buying the sleekness, and you're even buying the factor, the cool it factor of an iPhone. Most people actually want to buy an iPhone because it's more expensive than, let's say, an Android. It's going to run $100. An iPhone's going to be about $100 more. People are going to want to buy it because it makes them cooler. So there's another argument that Apple is made in China by workers with little pay. So that's why people don't want to buy Apple products. It's always funny to me because some of the people that say that are going to be guys that are wearing Nike shoes or girls that are going to be wearing clothes from Forever 21, which are also made in China. Basically, there are a lot of products today that are made overseas by people with little pay. But what Apple's argument is that the pay that Apple does give out to the workers that work on these Apple products, it's actually enough for them to live off of, for them to feed their families, for them to clothe their families, and even house their families. So Apple is, gives a little more competitive edge when it comes to that argument. And actually, yes, Apple is made in China, but it's American designed. So there's other arguments that Android is ahead of Apple. A little interesting fact is some of the Android phones that come out, they could be thought of, designed, created, and sold within maybe like a 6-month to 8-month period. But when it comes to Apple products, the iPhone 5s that you have in your hand, Apple signed off of that years ago. Apple really takes time to develop their product and to think of everything that they want to put in a product before it's even released. So a lot of products that Apple has, they've designed years ago and they were just waiting to release it. So who's really ahead then? So Apple today. Apple today is still inventing products and software. If you have an iPhone, you're not just going to have the iPhone until you want to get another phone. You can actually upgrade that iPhone soon with the newest software that's coming out with. Apple is coming out with iOS 8 this fall, which you can upgrade your previous iPhone to. And you're going to have many more features that your iPhone right now does not have. That's one of the beauties about Apple, is that even the technology you have now, they really aren't expecting you to throw it out and just buy their newest iPhone that comes out this fall as well. You can still advance the iPhone that you have now. And today Apple has actually followed some causes today, such as Project Red. Project Red is a cause with Apple, American Express, Converse, and Girl. They all came together to create this cause to prevent HIV passing from mothers to children. Apple has products that you can buy in the color red, such as iPhone 5Cs or even iPods. You can buy in the color red, which when you buy this product, some of the money is donated to this cause. Also, for the cause of Hurricane Sandy, Apple donated $2.5 million to the American Red Cross to help with the victims of Hurricane Sandy. So what you learn? Today you learn the history of Apple, why Apple was better, arguments, and Apple today. So I'm going to end with one of my favorite quotes, Steve Jobs. You cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. This is an approach that has never let me down and has made all the difference in my life. Thank you.